Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. So this is a little bit of a voiceover for this first little part of the speed build, and you're honestly probably not going to get to see a lot of the speed build because I am stupid and this is my first starter home. I hope you guys enjoy it. And this is basically the floor plan. Let's just go ahead and jump into the main tour.
All right, so I didn't realize that my audio wasn't recording, and to be honest, I don't even think it's recording it from my mic right now. I think it's recording it from my video camera. So hopefully it's okay. That's embarrassing though. So that's fun. All right, I do want to show you kind of the work that has been going on with Newcrest. So as you can see, I'm almost done building this side of Newcrest up. I've put in a park. We still need to look at these lovely people. I have some apartments over here on the Comfy Cubby lot, and then on Oak Alcove I'm going to be putting some fun little townhouses. So there's going to be some fun builds coming out super soon. We've already watched all of the builds of the Tubbs residents, all of their fun businesses. So we are focusing today this is Jerica Vega and her husband Matthew. We're focusing on her daughter Stevie, which lives over here. Here's Stevie, and oh sorry, her boyfriend's name is Jacob. That's right. And then they have Wallace. This is kind of their elder dog. Ollie is an adult, and then Maggie is their little baby puppy. So let's go ahead and tour this build. Make it so we have some good lighting up in here. Okay. We have a race car driver behind us. But here's the build. This is on the Sandy Run lot in Newcrest. That's what it is. I think the cookout lot is this one right next to it because it has like these by it. So here is the build. Here's the front of it. I think it looks fabulous. And the listing that I built this off of did have this similar kind of style with like the older reddish orange brick with like a fun column and like the spandrels. Is that what this is? Kind of like the older style detailed spandrels. I will say this door is a little more modern than what the listing had. So maybe they replaced a door. We can always say that. So here it is. When you walk inside, you have all of these lovely plants. This is something that I would love to have on my house. It's just like plants in every window. I feel like that would be amazing, but I'm also a plant girly, so. All right, here we walk straight into, I cheaped out and did the cheaper kind of these lights, these like older lights. I do want to play with them. I'll probably play with them more like on my own time and not necessarily like stream it or make like a video of it. But here's their living room. I think eventually I might have them like build in some like bookcases and stuff, but for the budget that we had, it just wasn't going to fit. So this is like a starter home with very starter furniture. So they have a fake fireplace, and then just kind of like, this is an older looking kind of like rundown TV stand. They don't have a TV yet, but they do have like a little love seat that they can sit on and hang out on, kind of like an older TV. I have plants clipping in all the time. I'm sorry if that bothers you. I can't be bothered by it, to be honest, because I like the way that it looks up closer against the house. I wish that The Sims could make it so like if it's passing a wall it just like disappears, but that's just not gonna happen, and I don't really think The Sims is really EA's priority right now. So I don't think they're going to be worrying about it anytime soon. But yeah, like I said, kind of like if you were to like get a house, like your first house or your first apartment or something, like your furniture's coming from like the thrift store, like Facebook Marketplace, or like secondhand from your parents, stuff like that. That's kind of the vibe I was going for, and I feel like this really matched that. So in the listing, it actually did have like a black and white kitchen, kind of like this. The backsplash is actually super similar to what they had, and the cupboards are pretty similar to what they had as well. I don't think the listing had a dishwasher, but I will always opt to put a dishwasher into my Sims builds because I've lived in houses and apartments that don't have dishwashers, and it's the actual worst. So I will always put dishwashers in my builds. So we don't have a TV, but we do have skill building items like the books over here, and then this is kind of like a music place. I figured this was kind of like Jacob's like hangout spot, since like they don't really have kids or anything right now, they just have dogs. This is kind of like Jacob's hangout spot, so that he has just like a little chair and like his guitar, so that's kind of like a skill building thing. And then this one would probably be more Stevie's kind of hangout area. She has like a, why is that doing that? Do you see that the floor is like warping weird when I come to touch? That's weird. Anyway, she has a little meditation seat thingy, and a desk that you could have put a computer on, but kind of ran out of money. This bathroom, actually, I feel like the kitchen, the bath, and the bathrooms definitely look a lot like the listing on Zillow, because this bathroom was black, and I actually kind of liked that it was black, so I kept the bathroom the same. The listing did have a shower tub combo, but just kind of due to budget, since I did kind of make this starter home to be a little bit larger, I opted for just a bathtub, which is fine because they have a place to wash their dogs, and then they also have a shower in their master over here. So, and then everything just kind of has this like big like doorway, so it's just all kind of open. So you go through the kitchen and you get to this hallway where you come into the bathroom and the 2 bedrooms over here, and then this long hallway down here comes into your master. And they just kind of have, again, like a, we actually they have just like a cheap kind of headboard. Maybe they found it on like Marketplace or something. Me and my husband, actually, when we first got married and moved in together, we got our headboard from Marketplace, and we actually still have that headboard. It's just been redone, and we like actually upholstered it and stuff ourselves, so it actually looks way nicer than what we started with. So I just set them up with like a bed and just like a simple little dresser. You probably could have gotten away with not doing a dresser, but I was also kind of thinking of like what would like a starter home EA build kind of have in it, and I believe that in bedrooms they usually have like a dresser. And then here's the odd shaped master bath. I think that's, I don't know, I like it. I don't know, maybe I'll play with them and like have you guys see kind of like the updates as the house goes on. Maybe that would be fun for you guys. Let me know if you would like that. If not, I'll probably just play with them on my own time, because I feel like that would be really fun, and just fun to watch the house be made into like a beautiful little place to be. I'll take you guys, actually, okay, so I don't think that this part was in the speed build at all, this basement part, and in the listing, the basement part was actually kind of like a secondary, it was like a multi-family function thing. So to get to the basement, it was actually like below these stairs, but I didn't really want to do that for this build because for rent is still kind of buggy. So I'm trying to keep the like rentals to like a minimum in this thing so that nothing breaks. So I opted to put the stairs right here, but I don't think that'll matter because I feel like you still have plenty of room to have like dining and living room right here. So the stairs are here. I thought about putting a wall here and then maybe enclosing it and having it be a door. I might do that still, but then again I chose not to because these 2 windows bring in a lot of like natural light, and if those weren't here then it would just be like those lighting the stairwell. I don't know. I kind of went back and forth on it and ended up just doing a railing. But yeah, like I said, this is kind of like a starter house in the process of finishing getting built. So the basement is just a big unfinished box, but that's something that like you could get around to eventually. Like if you were like actually building this house out. I wanted this house to be realistic as I possibly could. That's kind of how I like to play The Sims, is a little more realistic and not necessarily, I mean, I would say I'm still creative in The Sims. I still like to make like storylines and stuff, but I like things to be a little more realistic, in my opinion. So that's kind of what I was going for. So yeah, as you can see, like if this house were shown to you from like a realtor or something, this house would definitely have like a lot of potential for like future renovations and stuff, and you could really kind of make this house your own. And that's kind of what I loved about it. So let's take a journey into the backyard a little bit. This is something that the listing definitely had, was garden, like a garden area. So I put in some little gardening plots, and they also had really big trees in the corners here. Originally it actually had like trees like directly in the corners. It also had like a fun like shed greenhouse thing, which I could have made, but again, you know, kind of ran out of money. So I didn't. It's kind of a bummer that they're going to just like walk through this tree, but it's fine. And this fence, like since it's debugged, they're just gonna walk right through it too. Like it's not really, the Sims won't register that there's actually something here with all this debug landscaping, but that's fine. That's no big deal. And then I also made sure to put in a lot of dog toys so that they could take the doggies out for fun zoomy times. And the dog bowls are also right here too. I don't think I mentioned that. I'm just now realizing, oh no, I did give him a trash can. It's just out in the front. Okay. Alright, so yeah, this is everything. This is my very first starter home. Let me guys know what you think. Let me know if you want me to try to build like an actual starter home and not use like debug stuff. Are you singing a song? Yeah. Good job. But that is my first starter home and your first look into a few of the other townies for my Newcrest save. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, then make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys are having an awesome, awesome day. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, everybody.